As I stand before you here, my memory goes down 61 years back. I walk down memory 61 years back when I used to be coming to this playground to play. I was a student of the Little Flower High School in 1954 and 55. And being a little flower, we did not have space to play, so we had to cut across the road and come here to the All Saints High School playground to play games. And when the All Saints children used to challenge us, we would tell them, "You are all saints, we are a little flower, please allow us also to play." That was how we used to come here, and my memory goes on to those 61 years. The other day I did mention this to Brother Shajan Anthony, that how we always revered this ground. My memory also goes back to the great teacher, late Brother Brito. As I stand before you here, I think if I stand before you here today, I owe it largely to late Brother Brito and his discipline and his cane. I can never forget the cane that Brother Brito always carried with him. On one occasion, I think the State Bank of Hyderabad building was just under construction on the main road. Our school was on Chiragali Lane, and many of us had come here to play in the stands of the State Bank of Hyderabad building, which was under construction. And when we went back in a very joyous mode, boisterous mode, having played in the stands for quite some time, we were there to be greeted by a stern Brother Brito with his cane. And in those days, children, of course, you are very lucky you don't have the cane any longer available for your pleasures, but we have experienced the cane. We used to really have a lot of oil on our heads. And the moment we see Brother Brito, we sort of put our heads here almost in reverence, take the oil out and then put our hands out, and shook will go the cane. But the cane will just go off, but it would hit you so hard that the cane will leave its marks. And the cane was always either 2 or 4 canes, it was not just one. So every time we had to take it back and then bring it back. And that was Brother Brito. But I fondly remember him, because after doing the cane, he would pull out a couple of chocolates from his pocket and say, "Here is it." That was Brother Brito. In fact, after coming here as Governor Andhra Pradesh, I had the privilege of meeting Brother Brito in one of the receptions. When I was told that he was going to be there, I also went there. I met him and I greeted him. And I told him, "Sir, we fondly remember the caning that he used to give us." And he said, "You would also remember the chocolates I used to get." And he pulled out 2 chocolates from his pocket and said, "Here is it, Governor." He said, "Now that you're a governor, I can't use the cane, and I've also retired, but I give you the 2 chocolates. And that was the fondness of the man. And that is what a teacher is all about. I mean, though he had caned us so many times, and in those times we used to find it very tough. But today when I stand here and think of it so proudly, I think of it with a matter of pride, that here is a man who made us a human being. Here is a man who taught us values in life. Here is a man who taught us discipline. I think that was the greatness of Brother Brito, and I admire him. And today, I bow my head in reverence to the late Brother Brito. I'm sorry for being a little personal. I could not but do that because, as I told you, if I stand here today in glory or in fame, and having grown from a little flower into a big tree, I think it largely, I owe it to Brother Brito and his disciplining in Little Flower High School. Well, children, I also can say one more thing, that the first ego boost that I got into my own capabilities in life was at the Little Flower High School. I do not know, brother, if the system still exists. In those days, we used to have something called a double promotion, where you would skip one class. I had the misfortune of topping the class both in the 3rd standard and the 4th standard, the 2 years that I spent in Little Flower High School, and I got a double promotion in the 4th standard, and I jumped on skipping 1 year. It was 1 year in Hyderabad and 2 years in Chennai, because I had moved to Chennai for the education. So it was Brother Brito who helped me to push in 2 years of my career ahead of my schedule. And that was the time when I got the ego boost saying, I am capable, I can do it. That you can do it concept, I think I learned when I got my double promotion in Little Flower High School, when I jumped from grade 4 to grade 6.